Good morning, everyone. Very exciting one here at FirePunk in Ohio. We're going to be tossing Black Beauty on the dyno now for the second time. We're going to be dialing her in with the good old stainless diesel 5-blade compound kit on it now, and also installing an anteater. So anyone right now, before we get started, comment down below what you think it will make horsepower-wise. I just got to toss the dyno tires on. I came here from UCC and still have the forces on, so we'll get the dyno tires on, get the thing on the dyno, and see what she can do. And for anyone that was curious why the truck was not on the dyno at UCC, I know a lot of you guys were asking me. Here you go. We'll see what she does. So we are over here with the man, the myth, Levon, over here at FirePunk. Got Black Beauty back, finally. We're gonna see what she does with the new compounds on it. For any of you guys that don't know, just a quick little rundown. 363 480 stainless 5 blades, 100% flux, Wagler Street Fighter rods, Hamilton push rods and valve springs, and we're gonna see what she does. What do you think, man?
Yeah, I'm excited. What, last time you were here, you had a 467 on
Yep.
it, and we made in the 900 range.
Yep.
So on this, like when we changed the air, I mean, pretty much you went from a single to compounds. Most of the time, you don't have to change much in the tuning because we've already dialed in these injectors. We've got rail controlling good, and we've got drivability on the low end. But now we're just seeing how much horsepower we gain by adding more air. And then we can look at the data logs and see if we have the ability to add more fuel quantity than what we did when we ran out of air with the single turbo. So
Yeah.
we'll just basically make a couple baseline pulls on the street tune that you've been running.
Yep.
If the data logs look good, we'll turn it up and get this setup maxed out.
Perfect. Yeah, I was hoping to make around similar power, just a little more efficient with the compounds.
Right.
That was kind of the goal.
Yeah, compounds, you know, if you look at your single turbo, you make your RPMs in the higher range. The bigger turbo you go, the more you gain on the top end, the more you lose on the bottom. With compounds, you have the small turbo that makes your boost down low, gets you good drivability. Then you have the big turbo that pumps in air. So you just get a wider power curve with the compounds. It's just better drivability, more towing, better towing efficiency and stuff like that. So.
Perfect. So we're hoping for the best. We got her all loaded up. I mean, let's see what she can do.
Let's see what happens.
Let's get it. Base file rip right here. Let's see what she does. Base hit right here. Looks like we just hit 700 horse. There we go. It starts with the day. So just did our first couple rips with the tune it came in on. I believe it was in the street tune that it was in. We're going to be working from here kind of as a baseline. So as you see, 699 and 705 for two first line base hits. So hoping everything's healthy, praying for the best. Let's see what she can do and turn this girl up a little bit. So more of the first pull. What did you say it made?
Yeah, we did 705 horsepower. That was 1,500 microseconds. And at the end of the run, it overshot rail pressure, popped the rail pressure relief valve. We can fix all that. It's just a little bit of a current adjustment in the CP3. And we'll turn it up and run it again.
Almost there, man. Almost. So turned her up just a tad, and as you guys could see here, it made 971. Said something about the relief valve. We're going to be changing that now and see what we can do.
Heavier spring inside, so this won't relieve pressure until about 3,000 PSI higher. So now you have a bigger buffer window. It still relieves pressure, but it gives us a better window.
Looking back at it, so we now went up to 971 on that rip.
Yep.
Looking pretty good.
If we can get rail pressure to come up and bang our desired set point, because we're down about 4,000 PSI from what we want it to be, you get about 15 horsepower worth of fuel quantity per 1,000 PSI. So even if we can just get it to maintain rail pressure, we might be able to hit that 4-digit number that we're looking for.
That would be awesome, just one time.
That's the goal.
If we could hit 4 digits just once, that would be a dream. This thing, these 5 blades sound so nasty, but even at the 970, I'm very happy with that. So if we could break 1,000, that'd be awesome, but if not, we'll see. Let's see how it goes and see if we can get her. did it! Let's go! We freaking did it, let's go! 1,035. 4-digit club, baby! We did it, man! Hell yeah. It is official. Oh my God, I'm so stoked. Finally hit that 1,000 horsepower. Oh, I'm watching on the dyno like, oh my. But we did. I can't get a smile off my face over here. We made it happen. Let's go.
Okay, so FR3, this is a product that Hot Shot Secret makes, and it reduces your friction in your oil. So we have had a whole bunch of trucks we put on the dyno that always we see 5 to 15 horsepower gain. So it really depends on how good the lubricant that's in your engine is working already. But this has nano particles in it that goes in and fills any voids of your bearings, bearings, and your rocker arms, and it just reduces friction. So we're going to pour some in, let it idle for a couple minutes, and run it back and see if it picks up any power. So sometimes it's free horsepower. If we don't do it for horsepower, but my theory is if you're going to pick up horsepower by pouring something in your oil, it's got to be better for your longevity, for your bearings, bushings, your roller rocker assembly, because it reduces friction. One of these bottles treats 11 quarts of oil. We're just going to pour one bottle in here, and it's a 12-quart system. And obviously, we'll check the oil. If the oil is a little bit on the high side, we got to drain a little bit out. But most of the time, you can, after you run a couple thousand miles, you're burn a little bit of oil, you can put a quart in and be all right. But we generally treat our oil with FR3. If you buy Hot Shots racing oil, it already has treated with the FR3 nano lubricant.
Cool, and you can pick this up at AutoZone or
AutoZone,
O'Reilly's.
Pilot has a lot of that stuff. We carry it here at FirePunk. There's a lot of diesel shops across the nation that are picking up Hot Shots products. But we don't sell this because it's snake oil. We sell it because every time we put it in a truck, we see results, and I like selling stuff that works.
Sweet. Yep. Let's see what it can do. $1,067. Let's go.
I picked up pretty much 30 horsepower.
30 horsepower.
That's wild.
Crazy. 1,067.
That's probably the biggest gain I've ever seen in just that. But normally it's in that 5 to 15 horsepower range. But that just basically shows you that there's drag in there. If you can free it up, make horsepower.
Crazy, crazy. So as you guys see, just from that little additive going into the oil, we gained a 30 horsepower. So 1,035 was the top of 4, and now 1,067 on that pull. Absolutely insane. Like I said, this has been a dream to have a 1,000 horsepower truck. This started off as just a 700 horsepower. That was the goal. And now we just broke 1,000. I cannot believe it, but we did it. And I mean, that Hot Shots is proven. 30 horsepower gain, that's insane. So here have been the pulls for the day. Our biggest number hit.
Yep.
1,067.
We did 1,035, or 10. These three tunes were all in the same tune. This was 1035, and then this one we got tire spin because I loaded the dyno harder and it pulled me back and it started spinning. But then, so really, these two are the ones we're comparing back to back with just the FR3. It's 1035 to 1067. That's probably the biggest gain I've ever seen with just FR3 added, which is wild.
Crazy. But the
this
old
is what we are working on today. Is if you look at this rail pressure curve, I got a lot closer rail pressure control all the way through, and that helps our power curve all the way to the top. We still have a 4,000 RPM fuel cut, or it's not a fuel cut, but a cutout that I'm not seeing in the log. Fuel's staying full, it's staying full fuel, rail pressure's good. I don't know why it's cutting out like that. I would normally see a rail pressure or a crank sensor loss, but I'm not seeing a code for it. That's something we'll have to dig a little bit deeper on.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we did it, man.
Heck yeah.
We did it.
I like it.
That's awesome. Put in the work.
We'll get this thing off the dyno, and then we're going to put an ammeter on this.
Yep.
Get some shift points, get a standalone transmission controller on it, and then you can stretch out your shift points how you like it.
Yep.
Get you off the dyno, and we'll send you on your way.
Oh, sweet. Thank you, man. Good old Jerome got this thing all set up.
She's gonna be spicy.
Spicy tuna now. It's time to see what she can do. So me and Landon here are gonna be taking the first little ride in Black Beauty with the anteater in it.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna kind of see how she's shifting. There's kind of the module there, and kind of giving me a tutorial of how to drive this thing and how it works. So I guess we'll see, huh?
Right. Shows it'll display auto mode. If we go into manual mode, it tells me I'm in manual mode, and this is a true manual mode, so I can tap through the shifter here, and I can pick any gear at any given point.
Sweet. So now I can literally drive in full automatic or kind of turn it into a little manual mode with the shifter.
You can pick the gear you want.
Sweet. That's something I was always searching for, and I'm assuming most of you guys that have a similar truck kind of would like the same thing. So we'll kind of get a rundown of how this all works. So let's give her a go.
All right. Now you notice how 2.3 it didn't actually shift. So my governor pressure modifier is too high. I need to lower that so we actually have second gear.
Okay.
To being that it was shifting 1 to 3, one commanding second gear, we're going to adjust that governor pressure modifier, lower it.
Man's got the spicy laptop out over here.
Down to 45. And we'll try it again.
You can make some changes right here too, huh?
Yep. Right here.
So we're gonna do what are we doing, a slight little launch?
Yeah,
just
not really launch. I want to go through all the shift points at wide open throttle. So by the time second gear comes in, I want to be wide open throttle. Not really looking to build boost before I get to it. I just want to make sure that my shift points for the anteater are good.
should be pretty sweet, giving me some driver tips as well. So it's always a good time. Let's see what this thing does.
Yep.
Something, right?
At the point where I'd rather not break anything for you.
Yeah. No.
I just want to make sure it's shifted right. I feel like it's shifting right.
Yeah.
But
something with four-wheel drive though is something's acting a little funky under there.
Yep.
Just feeling out this anteater with the new tunes. I have a first and second gear. Let's go. Oh yeah, that feels good. So then if I did want to kind of go manual mode, I could just downshift, right?
Yep. Just like so.
And then back to auto, would just hit this, right?
Yep.
I like it, dude. Let's see.
And that was just getting into it.
Yeah.
Downshifted on its own.
Yep.
So
That was probably, I don't know, 30-40% throttle and just downshifted nice, where originally it would just kind of bog down unless I floored it and then wham open. But
right.
drivability feels good now, that's for sure.
Yep, absolutely.
But yeah, no, great impression, dude. This thing feels nice. Just kind of feeling like 20-30% throttle, how it feels, because I noticed it would jump into third gear super quick. I'm sure anyone that has a early 5.9 deals with that with these trucks, but now I at least have a first and second gear into third, which feels great, especially at like that very light throttle, so it's not just lugging around. But yeah, that's pretty much it though. Super simple for the most part.
Yep. Meant to be very user friendly.
I guess as I drive this thing more, I'll get much more used to it. But now this won't do nothing anymore, right?
Nope. That is not hooked up to anything.
Overdrive off would just be right there.
Yep.
This thing's pretty sweet, dude.
Do you know Garrettness at all, or no? This is his project he's had for a while. That it's got a FFS kit on it. We just got done doing a second gen swap, valve cover, and an intake horn on it. So
it looks good, dude. Similar red to mine under the hood too.
Yeah, different.
That reverse toot, man.
It's got some big air on it. If you look at the bags on it. Wow.
That's sick. Right. This dude's running to take a piss. I cannot get over how good Black Beauty looks on the trailer.